Well, hello there folks, good evening and welcome back to the Masters Championship. Tonight it is Division 2 and as you can see it is around the iconic Silverstone circuit, and hopefully we do get some fantastic racing as it is the home Grand Prix for pretty much 3/4 of the guys on the grid. But there is nobody joining me, as there nobody usually is on a Wednesday night, so I am by myself to take you through 17 drivers on the grid. There is a couple of people missing due to other commitments and all, so there is 3 reserves and then there's I think 5 missing. Or 6 missing, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. But there is few reserves, so Big Shota, as everybody knows who that is. If you don't, it is Richie Davey, who used to be the owner of TMC. He's back doing a couple of races every now and again, and he's reserving tonight in the Racing Point. Then we also have Di Miles 33. I have no idea who he is, and he's reserving tonight. He was supposed to reserve one other race but never got an invite to the lobby, but he has an invite now, so we'll see how he gets on. And then Wesker as well, he's also reserving. He's from Division 1, but he is starting at the back and then retiring at the end of the race. It's just to help build up the numbers. So pretty much we may as well crack on. And there's a lot of guys went out in the soft tires and there's a few in the mediums, and this will be an interesting one because I'm not 100% sure if the strategy is soft medium or soft hard, so we'll just have to see how everybody gets on. But I do believe, I'm trying to see who's the furthest along the road. I do believe the furthest along the road is Kieran Trapp. I'll just double check with everybody first and see. Or is it Adam Mako? It's actually Adam Mako, as I should say. So he's coming across the line now. Or it wasn't even, it was Janine and then Adam with a 28.3. Janine with a 27.7. That's a very good lap on a set of mediums. And then you have Thomas, who just pumps in a 27.1. I think we're going to see pole time within the 26s. Probably a 26.7. 26.8 I think is what pole will be, but these boys are doing very good bankers of 27.1. Thomas and Adi Baba literally split by 7 thousandths of a second, so it is very close. And Adi Baba has impressed the past couple of weeks because he has shown he's gained a lot more pace, like, over the past while, which is very good to see. And also, if you do see a lot of lag in the stream, I do apologise. My internet has not been the best today, but hopefully it does hang out and the stream is actually not too bad. If it is, I do apologize. If it isn't, then I do apologise. I'll try and get it fixed for next week. But yeah, who are we on board? We're on board with Kieran Trapp as he comes across the line. 27.0, and he is a provisional pole. That's a good lap from Kieran Trapp, who is also watching the Liverpool and Atletico Madrid match as well. So if he does weave about a wee bit in the track, then obviously something has happened in the match. So don't be thinking he's a bad driver, because he's not. Just thought I'd put that out there. And then with Big Shot as well, he's getting out of the road of his teammate, which is Yaram, and Yaram's going to come across the line now very shortly on a set of hard tyres. See what he can do. I'm expecting this to roughly be in the high 27s, maybe low 28s. That's going to be even worse than that because I think he backed off his lap. As there's a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, I'm sure that's just somebody getting out of the way. We'll ride on board with Miles 33 and see how he gets on. Has taken, he's went wide. Hasn't been too bad. Coming in now to Cops Corner, which is probably one of the, this Cops and Maggots and Buckets is probably the best corners on this track. Just unbelievable once you get them right. Oh, and he's went really wide back in, wanted to go, even though the lap isn't validated. We'll see how he gets on now through Maggots and Buckets anyway. Oh, that's in the wall, that's out. Oh, that's low right height for you there, boys. See, if you're on low right height through Maggots and Buckets, it will cost you. But we have Sway now coming across the line. Is he going to take professional pole? He is not. He's only done a 27.5. And he's 4 tenths off the top 3. Jeez. A lot of time out to find from Sway. We also have I Am Silas, who's just starting his lap. Is there anybody else near towards the end of a lap? Unsafe release, just only starting his. I think Yaram's going again, is he? Yeah, I think Yaram's the furthest along. So we'll see how Yaram gets on now instead of hard tyres. This is going to be his first proper lap. Doesn't have much ERS now to play with, which is going to be a bit bad. But we will see now as he comes down to the last couple of corners. These corners here are very tricky because at the outside curb you don't want to hit that yellow part or else it will spin you. But you just come across the line to 28.0 on a set of hard compound tyres. Now that's not a bad lap, because I think on a set of softs he probably could put in a 26.8, 26.7. So it's a good lap from Yarham, and by the looks of it, it doesn't look like he's going to go for the softs. He's probably going to go for the mediums today. We'll see how Silas gets on. Oh, he's a bit wide through Maggots and Buckets. But I think he is I think he's a 1.5 seconds slower than Yarham did in the middle sector. But we'll see as he comes through Stowe corner. Always cut the inside. I really should have told the drivers about the exit of Stowe, that if you do exceed it and take the mick out of it, then you will be penalised, but I completely forgot, so it's my bad. But I will do it for Division 1, because there's no point going off the track. Like, you can go so far away through that corner and not get involved in it. So I want the drivers to keep it within the white lines. I forgot to say it to them, but I will for Division 1, don't worry, see, unless see much of it. But with Unsafe Release coming across the line, it's only a 28.9 on a set of medium tyres, which is actually not too bad of a lap, I must say. But it was invalidated, so that's a bit unfortunate for Unsafe Release. As Yarham has coming out of the pits, everybody else come back out now on a set of soft tyres again. Anybody furthest along? Adam Mako is, I believe he's actually starting a lap, so Adam is the first one to go along, so we're right on board with him. It's a bit unfortunate for Adam because he was involved in an incident last week with F1 AMG, who isn't here tonight, and it cost Adam a podium. Adam ended up getting a 5-second penalty for the incident, which promoted Kieran Trapp to third. So Adam, he's shown like a P2, and then he had was P2 last week, but then penalty put him down to P4. But hopefully this week now he's gonna bring it back up again and hopefully get another podium. But we'll see. He takes Megason back pretty well in the 5th gear. You will see some drivers maybe taking that in 4th, but I think 5th is perfect. He's went 8 tenths up on his lap. So this is looking like Adam's going to be challenging Kieran Trapp, Adi Baba and Thomas for pole this evening so far. We'll see. I think I'm now down to the last couple of corners. He's hit it pretty well. Good traction out of the last corner. Here he goes. This is going to be a provisional pole. It isn't. 16 thousandths behind Kieran Trapp. Thomas is now also a 10th up, so can Thomas take pole position? He's gone in the 6th gear and has absolutely taken the mick out of Stowe corner. Oh, and Janine has went pole so far. And now Thomas has went pole with a 26.9, so that example that Thomas has done literally just shows you what you can do around here, but I can tell you now that'll never happen in Division 1. Anybody seen doing that will be penalised. We're right on board with Kieran Trapp as he's catching a car through Megason back. This might actually help him now down. I believe it's the Hanger Straight, is it? Or is it the Wellington Straight? I can't even remember. I think it's the Hanger Straight. Oh, he's went a bit away through Megason back. It's not too... Oh, he's still a 10th down to the middle sector. Doesn't really get much of a slipstream from the Alfa Romeo in front. And he's into the pits because he messed up his lap. Adi Baba comes across the line. He takes provisional pole with a 26.9. So this is now when we're getting into the times now. This is what we want to see. We'll see what Janine can do. Oh, he's backed out of the lap. Adam's also in the pits. Side gate up in P6 with a 27.4. That's not a bad lap. Swed's been out now on a set of mediums, and he already did his provisional time on the softs, I believe. So, don't know what his thinking is behind this. Maybe he thinks he can go quicker on a set of mediums. Not 100% sure. Awesome Dude is slowing out of the way to let everybody go. Ripper Rick has went completely wide through turn 1. Now we'll see what Miles can do. As he comes down the first DRS straight. See how he gets on. I believe in the Luffield in the Brooklands. Actually takes it pretty well, to be fair. Does take it pretty well. Oh, it looked like the back end just wanted to go on him, but we'll see now what he does now coming into Megason Packets. I think he's backed off, or has he just shifted up really early? I think he's just shifted up really early. Oh, his back end's everywhere. He's using a very unstable setup. very, very unstable setup, but he is coming through Stowe corner now. Oh, as he comes now into the last couple of corners. And he crosses the line, no ERS left, and he does a 28.6 on a set of soft compound tyres. Unsafe release coming back out. Bomber, big shot though. Wesker's not. Well, Wesker's coming out to get an installation up, and that's him. Sway. Yarm. I'm not sure if Yarm. I think Yarm's actually still on a lap. So Yarm's also went out for his medium run now. He might actually have time to come back in and do a soft lap as well if he wants to. But I think Yarm's going to try and think. As that is, I believe, Sway getting out of the way. See what Yarm can do. Well, he's 6/10 up on his time, so this is going to challenge probably round Saigi. He's probably going to put himself in 6th position here. I don't think he's going to catch Kieran Trapp and Adam Mako, because I think they're going to be a wee bit too quick for him on the softs. We'll see, because he needs to get this lap together, because if he doesn't, he's not going to have time to come in and put on a set of soft compound tyres. But we'll see what he does. Round the last corner, and he does that 27.0, and he does do the exact same time as Adam Mako on a set of medium tyres. That's just ridiculous from Yarm. That is just ridiculous. But I think Sway can beat that lap as well, because Sway actually did improve on a set of mediums. He did a 27.4. I can see Yarm probably getting himself 7th, maybe 8th, because I think Saigi might also have a chance of getting past him as well. But we'll see. That's an interesting call now. As Thomas is also now out on track. And Silas is 1.3 seconds down, so as all the guys are pretty much sitting in the garage for the last minute and a half, I will actually do a quick run of the stands. I haven't released the stands yet because I was in the process of doing them. But leading the way is TMC Corboy on 127 points. Yarham is in second on 126, so there's only a point between the two of them, and Joe's not here tonight. Then Sway's on 91. TMC Stevie Jew is also not here tonight, it's in 62. And then you have Adi Baba, sorry, you have Saigate in 53, and then Adi Baba in 50. So it's pretty close between Adi Baba and Saigate, and then it's close between Joe and Yarham. After this race tonight, Yarham should be in the lead of this championship, barring he doesn't make a mistake or Bennett. And then the constructors is Racing Points leading the way on 188, Alfa Romeo 143, and then McLaren in third on 109. So it's close in the constructors and it's close in the drivers, and hopefully we do see a good scrap between Joe and Yarn for the rest of the season. No to keep it tonight either. He would have been interested to see how he would have got on tonight as well, but these things happen. Hopefully next week we do get near enough a full grid again, because I don't like having only 14-15 drivers. We'll see here. Thomas is up on his time. And has he? Well, he has went a bit quicker. As Silas has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. How's he managed that? Oh, he must have spun it in the pit exit. Yeah, he must have spun it. Thomas comes across the lane. 26.7, and he does improve to take provisional pole. Adi Baba, Janine, Kieran, Adam Mako. Yarham has also tried to get back out on track, but he's not. I don't think he'll make it. And if he makes it, fair play to him, but I highly doubt it. And you have Saigate just coming up now, because Yarham's going to have to get out of the road of these guys. So we're right on board with Saigate now just to see how he gets on. He is going to be the first runner to complete his final run as Wesker does retire from the session. Is Saigate up on his time? He is. He's up by a wee bit. Takes Brooklyn Lovefields very well. So he does. He takes it pretty well. Good traction coming off the corner as well. And now he comes in the Cop's corner. Yarham has to go to the side of the track. That's going to be Yarham now not making it to the He's not going to make it back to the checker flag. Nah, he's not going to do it. It's too far for him. Psychic shifts it down to 7th, into 6th. I'm pretty sure he's going to go to 5th. He is. He shifted it down very early, I must say. Maybe that's just the way to take it, but he does improve on his time. Says he's went purple through the middle sector, but I know he hasn't because that is definitely been Thomas. But we'll see, he is currently up. But I don't know if he'll do a 27-0. He might do a 27-2. Which still wouldn't be a bad lap. Here he comes. And he does do a 27-3. Is Yarm going to make it? Oh, Yarm just makes it. Oh, he just about makes it. Thomas currently at the minute on pole. Who's furthest? Kieran Trapp is coming through Stowe corner now. We'll see how he gets on. Currently running out of ERS, but he should have enough to get him across the line. Across the line, 26-6. Kieran Trapp's on pole at the minute. Adibaba's also 2/10 up. This is going to be close between the top 3. What about Janine? Is he also up as well? I think he might have backed out of his lap. But we'll see. We're right above Adibaba to see what he can do. Sway's also moved up 26-8. This is when the times start to come in now. Here we go. Adibaba around the penultimate corner. Is he going to take pole off Kieran Trapp? And he's not. He's going to take P3. Thomas will take P2 and Kieran Trapp will take P1. Unless Yarm is something to stay about. He is 2/10 up on his time. And Yarm's backed. Has Yarm backed out of his lap? I think he's backed out of his lap. Yes, he has. So Yarm has made a mistake. He was 4/10 up. Probably could have taken pole position, but he is retired from the session. Now we just wait for Janine to retire, and that will be it. So Kieran Trapp takes pole. So we'll just do a wee quick round rundown of the top 10. So Kieran Trapp does take pole, as I said, with a 26-6, a very, very good lap. Thomas 26-7 on P2, Adibaba 26-7 P3, Sway 26-8 P4, Janine is 27-0 on a P5, Adamako P6 27-0. It's the exact same time as Yarham, who's in P7 on a set of mediums. Saigi at P8 27-3. You have Awesome Dude then 27-4 P9, and Ivor Brian Mike is P10 with a 27-6, and then you have Unsafe Release P11, Miles on his debut as a reserve in 12th, Ripper Rick 13th, Bomber 14th, and Big Shotta 15th, and I believe Silas is 16th, and there's Wesker then down to 17th. And it does look bright blue sky, so it doesn't look like we're going to get any rain this evening in Silverstone, which is quite a surprise because the British weather, you know what it's like, it just absolutely buckets all the time. But doesn't look like it's going to bucket in this day and age. As we just wait for everybody to ready up. Everybody has readied up. Oh Jesus, half the cars disappeared on the grid. That's brilliant. There you go, all the cars just reappearing there now. Brilliant. As you do, Codemasters. Fantastic. There is Red Bull, which is Miles, the last one to actually. So we'll just see what tires are kicking in for me now. And there's the session no longer available. Brilliant. Absolutely stellar. Doesn't really matter if I join the session again. Anyway, I'm probably going to get kicked from it again. Hopefully I do get back at the start for the start of the race though. Hopefully. Yeah, internet connection quality is not particularly the best at the minute, so I do apologise if it is very pixely. Maybe it doesn't help as well that I do have the stream on in the background, so maybe I will actually turn that off. I'll close actually everything on my phone. Hopefully that helps. Right, everything closed. Hopefully we get back into the action. I was saying about the drivers and the tyres are on, so Wesker did go for the hards. Richie, Bomber and Ripper Rick all went for the mediums, along with Unsafe Release and of course Yarham as well. So it's going to be very interesting there to see everybody does get on. The minute doesn't look like there's any lag, so hopefully this does bode well for the rest of the stream. Unsafe Release sent me another invite. Thank you very much in case I do get disconnected. But we will see as Miles and Silas get into their final positions, and we will crack on. Don't know who's going to win this race. It's going to be absolutely fascinating, but we'll see now. Give me a good camera angle. Here we go. Fantastic camera view. This is that camera view I love. We have 4, we have 5 red lights kicking off the Silverstone Grand Prix, and we are on their way. And it looks like Kieran Top has got an absolutely sensational start. He looks like he's pulled away from Thomas, and he has Thomas is closely following him behind. Alibaba third. Janine's ultimate down. There's an instant in the back. I do believe his Bomber is also Janine going up inside the sway, cause a bit of carnage. You've also got Alibaba there as well. They're going 3 wide. But I think Janine has just been very aggressive at the start and was like, no way. But Alibaba's not giving us up without a fight. And Alibaba keeps the position, and it's beautiful racing between the two of them. Sway's just closely followed him behind. Don't think anybody's going to make a move. They're not. What a bit further on down Yarham as well. Oh, Alibaba's 1 wide through Brooklyn, or Luffield, sorry, in the Brooklands. Oh, and he's come off it okay. He went a bit deep, but he managed to save it okay. But everybody else, Wesker's now up on the P13. Ripper Rick, Silas, Bomber. Is that Silas and Bomber both had an incident? Have they both collided with each other? Doesn't look like Silas is a wing. Oh, who's that? Sway's off. Sway's off. He must have went side by side with one of the ones in front. It must have been Alibaba. And he's binned it. Ivor Brand, Mike, Unsafe Release. Then you have Big Shota on the mediums. And Wesker right behind him on the hards. As we go on to the broadcast angle, is the Ivor Brand Mike going to make a move up the inside? He is not. Sidegate, Adam and Alibaba all very close as well. Then you have Yarham trying to make the move, and Janine as well. A lot of action here on the first lap, but Yarham is trying to make the move on Janine, and Yarham on the medium tires looks absolutely rapid this evening. But Kieran Top does set the fastest lap and has got 6/10 of a lead to Thomas, so if Janine can hold these guys up, Thomas and Kieran will be able to pull away, so these two will be hoping that Janine does hang on for quite a bit of time. But Unsafe Release. Who's that? Unsafe Release, Sidegate and Awesome Dude. You've also Big Shota, and you've Ivor Brand Mike there as well. And Wesker. It's all pretty close between every single one of them. It's so hard to go on board with whoever it is. But I do believe, looks like Ivor Brand Mike's going to go for the move on Unsafe Release. Is he going to make it down, move down the inside? Unsafe Release on the mediums, Ivor Brand Mike on the softs. He should make the move pretty easy. And it looks like he's made it brilliantly. Unsafe Release trying to defend from Big Shota, but he can't. Oh, well, he can, sorry. And Wesker closely followed him behind on the hard compound tyres. Is just pushing all these guys along. Wants to be careful he doesn't make any collisions with anybody. Ripper Rick's also sitting in there as well, just waiting for anything to unfold. But it's a very close battle between these guys down here. From, you could possibly say P7 the whole way down, maybe even P6, because Alibaba's got the gap. And Big Shot must have made a mistake through Maggots and Beckett's, because that has allowed Wesker and Ripper Rick to both get past him. And Ripper Rick now is looking to try and make a move here on Wesker. Is he going to make it down the inside of Stowe corner? He is not. he decides to back out of it. As there's 2 tenths now difference between Yoram and Janine. We'll see what Yoram can do. He does run very wide. Maybe that's the lane he prefers to take, but he's currently 9 tenths slower than the fastest lap, which was set by Kieran Trapp. Is Yoram going to make the move? He isn't, but the DRS is enabled this lap. So we will see now if Yoram can make the move. And we'll see how good his straight line speed is. Janine's got a lot more ERS than Yoram, so Yoram's burning quite a lot of it now at the start of this race. But he is going to make the move, isn't he? Oh, and the VSC is out. The VSC is out. Miles must have binned it. I think he binned it outside Maggots and Brackets, I do believe. Now, this is the question now. I was going to say, is Sway going to pit? But Sway actually has already pitted for a set of hards. So this might actually have compromised Sway a wee bit. Oh, he's going to go back in again. Is Sway going to go in for... Oh, and he's sped in the pit lane. That has not been a great start for Sway. Not a great start, but he's pitted off the hard compact tyres. That's interesting. And we are back to full racing pace. And here we go again. So Janine actually managed to close it. Oh, Yoram's made the mistake. It's going to allow Adam Mako with a fantastic run off Maggots and Beckett. Right down. Is he going to make the move in the Stoke corner? I don't think he is. No, he's not close enough. Yoram made the mistake, but he didn't make that much of a mistake. Is he going to make the move now into the last couple of corners? Yoram, he is not. He's too far behind. But Kieran Trapp has done what he needed to get that second gap to Thomas, so Thomas can't get in the DRS. But Thomas and Kieran Trapp are very close in the DRS. Well, they're not. Kieran Trapp's got 30%. And Thomas has got about 50-55, so Thomas has a wee bit more to play with. But I do believe Janine's actually trying to catch back up to the two of them. So this is going to be very interesting. I think, by the way, the whole thing's going to go is that I think he can probably get the mediums to the end of the race from like lap 8, probably. I do think it is the soft medium race. As there's this in the sector 2. Who is that? That is, looks like it's Bomber, is it? No, it's not. I do believe it might actually be Silas. But Sway again has pitted for a set of medium compound tires, and actually, if anything, Kieran Trapp's about to lap him after 4 laps. He can see Sway. He can see him, like. Sway's having an absolute torrid time. A torrid time. It's like me in France. I was getting lapped by everybody. I know how you feel, Sway. I know how you feel, man. But it's still pretty close now between everybody. The biggest gap is obviously from Big Shota to... Well, the big gaps is from Big Shota to Bomber, and then from Bomber to Silas. But Wesker is 1.5 seconds behind everybody. Mike, and Bomber's out. Did he bin it on Maggots and Beckett, or where did he bin it? Oh no, he was 12 seconds behind Big Shota. We'll see here now, actually. Johan's made a move in Janine as well, as I do miss that. As VSC is out as well. The VSC is out again, so the VSC is coming out quite a lot. Ripper Rick does get a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. So the VSC is coming out a lot, but there's no actual safety car. Codemaster's worse the safety car. We want the safety car out. But Bomber has left the session, and there's a couple of guys that binned it already. Kieran Trapp's trying to slow down for the Delta. When is the VSE going to end? Because at the minute the gaps are looking a lot closer than what they should be. And the race director has disabled the VSE, and we are back underway racing. Johan was caught a wee bit sleeping, but he has Janine right behind him, and they're going around the outside of Cops. Is Janine going to make the move? Oh, if he was to make that stick, it would be absolutely fantastic. But Johan and him's going to go side by side through Maggots and Beckett. And Johan has to concede the position, but then you've Adam Mako try to go around the outside. Johan, beautiful move from Adam Mako, beautiful. Also, beautiful move from Janine as well through Cops. Johan's made the mistake, which is going to now promote Ali Baba. Johan must have slowed down too much, and the tires have just got a bit cold, while the guys on the softs have got theirs up to temperature. But Janine and Adam as well. Adam around the outside of Stoke corner. Adam makes another beautiful move around the outside. So these guys fighting is allowed now. Thomas and Kieran Trapp to build out a 3-second gap. Then you've Alibaba on side gate as well. Side gate trying to go up the inside. Move wasn't going to be there. But I don't think he's got any wing damage. But that doesn't now allowed Awesome Dude and Ivor Brown Mike and even Wesker to actually catch back up. So we see it all get on. Ivor Brown Mike gets the 3-second time penalty. As an incident in Sector 2, I believe that is Silas again, is it? It is. I have Silas is out. Is he binned it? Where is that? Where is that? He's binned that. Oh, he's binned it down there. But Kieran Trapp has lapped him now. It's taking 6 laps for Kieran Trapp to lap I am Silas, and it's not going to be too long until he's lapping Sergeant Sway with the pace he's going. But Kieran Trapp's got Thomas all over the back of him, and Thomas is not going to give this up without a fight, but they are coming round near identical to ERS, so we will see. But Thomas now is very, very close. Kieran Trapp makes a mistake through Megas and Beckett's. Oh, and he's just running wide. Thomas has got the much better grip. Thomas should make the move here now. Kieran Trapp's trying to go defensive. Don't think he's going to make him. He isn't. It looks like Thomas is going to go up the inside. Kieran Trapp can't really do anything about it. He's just going to have to sit in behind and just follow him through the DRS and save his ERS as well. It's the only thing he can really do. But I believe Adam Echo's actually closing up a wee bit to these guys, so looks like it's going to be a top 6 having a close battle very soon. You're going to expect the soft tires to probably start wearing out roughly this lap, and the mediums are going to start to come into play. As you're seeing there now, Yarham just sets the fastest lap of the race, so the medium tires are going to come into play now from lap 6, 7. So I think these guys will probably pit around about lap 8, lap 9 from the softs and put on a set of mediums, maybe to the end. I'm not 100% sure. See Kieran Trapp's just sitting right behind Thomas. This also is as well, Kieran Trapp can actually play the undercut card if he wants. Or he can go for an overcut, so he's in a prime position here to make the move on Thomas, depending on what Thomas is going to do. Adam Echo is closing up now. He's starting to find a good bit more pace now that he has overtaken Janine and Yarham. But Yarham's looking very close and very racy and very quick on a set of medium compound tires. As Janine runs wide, I think Yarham... Is he going to make the move? Yeah, he is. Look at the closing speed, look at the closing speed, look at the slipstream, the DRS, move is made. Round the outside. Bob's your uncle. There you go. Now Alibaba is just going to sit in behind here and just wait for any mistakes. I thought Janine was about to do a Vettel and Verstappen there, where he's about to just drive shit in the back of him, but he didn't, thankfully. Thomas on a 25% ERS, so he is trying to push that gap out from 1 second, but Kieran Trapp is not allowing it. It's very easy for Kieran Trapp at the minute. But the minute the person that's in the prime position is Yarham, because he is on the medium compound tires and he's not that far off the lead. He's only like, what, 3 seconds? Yeah, 2.7, so Yarham at the minute is going to be, once he comes out of the pits, going to be the quickest driver on track on a set of softs. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of a gap them boys on the softs can actually make out whenever he's still out on track. So we'll see. Wesker's still doing a decent enough job as well on the hard tires. And then you've Richie 6.7 seconds behind. Getting Adam, making... Oh, is that Yarham wide, is it? Yarham spun it! Oh, he spun it. He went way too quick in the Stowe corner. He spun it. Oh, this is not what he needs. Thomas has made the pit stop. Janine and Thomas are both in the pit. Yarham did not need that, because Yarham needs to score as much points as possible, and he does speed in the pit lane. This is gonna... The way he's going here, he's not going to score any points. And this is going to still keep Joe Corby in the lead of the championship, so Yarham needs to score as much points as possible today, and I think he has quite bottled it. But we're also seeing Unsafe Release and Ripper Rick having a bit of a ding-dong battle here. Both of them have pitted. So could these guys... No, I was going to say, could they jump Janine and Thomas? I don't think they could. They could jump Yarham. I think Yarham actually had to... Had he replaced his wing? I don't think he has. Are they going to get out in front of him? It's going to be a close one, because Yarham doesn't want to be behind these two fighting. but I think he is. He is. Johan is behind the two of them, so that just shows you how much time Johan has actually lost, because he was a long way ahead of these two. But Wesker and Iverbrand Mike through Cop's corner. Is Wesker going to make the move? He is. Iverbrand Mike leaves in the space, so fair play. Runs a bit wide, but Wesker does make the move, and it's a beautiful move on the inside. And then you have Awesome Dude on Sidegate as well. Awesome Dude's looking very racy. Let's see how many positions he's gained at the start. So he has gained 4 positions. Wesker has gained 10, as you would expect from a Division 1 driver. But Awesome Dude has gained 4 positions along with Sidegate, so the two of them are doing very well. They started very close with each other on the starting grid, and they're both literally right beside each other still. So they're both very similarly matched on pace. Is Kieran Top in, Kieran Top's in, Adamako's in, and Alibaba, and he's sped in the pit lane as well. Alibaba's picked up a 5-second penalty as well. These guys need to watch out for the speeding in the pit lane, as Wesker will probably lead this race now once Awesome Dude does pit. But it's going to be interesting now to see where Kieran Top comes out in relation to Thomas, because Thomas is only coming around the last couple of corners now. He actually should be ahead. Yeah, he should be ahead. Thomas should be making this. Yeah, he's coming around the first corner now. Kieran Top's only coming up. Yeah, Thomas is going to got this by a long way as well. The gap's what, at least 2 seconds? Yeah, I would say about 2 seconds the gap is. Adamako's also kept the gap to roughly around the same to Kieran Top, so Kieran Top's going to have 1 lap fresher tyres towards the end of the race and a bit more ERS, so this is going to be now down to just sheer pace at who's going to be quicker between the two guys. If you're going by qualifying, Kieran Top should be quicker, but if you're going by race pace so far, Thomas has probably looked the quicker of the two drivers. So we will see, and I said that Wesker does make the move in Awesome Dude. Awesome Dude's tyres are pretty much going to be shot now, but we'll see. Can he make a move back on Wesker though? This will be an interesting one now to see. I think he's going to try it. You can see Wesker harvesting ERS. Oh, understeer City. Sway sets the fastest lap at 30.9. And that's on 7 lap worn medium compound tyres, but Awesome Dude keeps it very, very, very slow. Awesome Dude has also said he's running no assists this evening, so he's actually doing an alright job. He's actually doing an alright job, I should say, for a man on no assists. Big Shot is just casually driving about. He's just keeping himself to himself. As you have Janine and Adam who are having a fight. Janine has now made the move on 1 lap fresher medium tyres, as the lag is starting to come back now, which is not what I want to see. Awesome Dude is going to be behind a lot of these guys. Alibaba is just right behind Adamako and Janine. These boys have been fighting so close all race. As Johan picks up a 3-second penalty, so he messed up. He messed up when he spun it out Stowe corner, and he's messing it up again when he picked up a 5-second penalty and also a 3-second penalty. So anytime Joe misses a race, Johan doesn't capitalise, which he needs to start doing. Alibaba takes a very wide line, which will give him a much better drive off the corner. But Adamako, must say, got a very good drive off it as well. But Kieran Top is closing the gap to Thomas just a bit. And they're both literally identical in ERS. So see, this is going to be a very close one. These two are going to be close, I'd say, to the finish. And so are these guys, Janine, Adam and Adibaba. They're going to be very close as well. Because if you're stuck on someone's slipstream around here, it's very hard for them to break it. Big Shot picks up a 3-second time penalty. Ripper Rick P9 on a set of hards. Now it's interesting now because Iverbrand Mike on a fresh set of mediums is catching them very quickly, so these hards don't look like they're working out too well. Although they're working out alright for Wesker, because what's Wesker now to the leader? He is 18.6. And what's the pit time around here? About 27 seconds is like the longest one. So Wesker wouldn't be too far off getting a good handful of points here. So he wouldn't. As this big gap is still here. Now Sidegate, Ripper Rick, Iverbrand Mike and Yoram all having a battle, and Awesome Doodle catches this pack very quickly as well. So there is a good handful of battles, it's just there's not really many people making an overtake. We could go on there. Oh, I have a brown mic, and is that Ripper Rick? They're both off. I just caught the end of that. I do apologise for literally screaming in the ears, but just seeing two cars. I wasn't quite sure what the hell was happening there, but the two of them were just absolutely taking each other out. They must have went side by side. Ripper Rick's lost half his wing. Ivor Brown Mike, I'm assuming, has done the exact same. He has. Oh, and the two of them are going feisty. And they're both going into the pits now to replace their wings. Oh, Ivor Brown Mike was thinking about it but decided not. Is that a strange call? I do not know. And Big Shot has come out on a set of hard compound tyres because he did start on the mediums. So he's pitted very early from his mediums. We'll see now if he can catch up the unsafe release as he is on 8 lap fresher tyres. Oh, Awesome Dude, he's spinning it again. Oh. He needs to be careful. He needs to be careful. Alibaba is so close behind Adamako now. Janine has dropped back from the two of them, so Alibaba actually did make the move, and so did Adam. Kieran Top's now closed the gap to Thomas as well. These two love playing very durable with their ERS. I don't even think I'd go that low in the ERS, but the two of them have. Kieran Top's in the DRS, so he now can actually save it. He can save his ERS now that he is behind Thomas, which is what he wants. Oh, Alibaba and Adamako had looked from that angle. Adamako had spun, but he didn't. So them just left each other enough space. Adamako's trying to keep Alibaba behind him. Kieran Top sets the fastest lap of the race. This has actually been a very, very good race so far, I must say. 14 laps in. The gaps have still been relatively close, but Yarham is now closely behind Sidegate. This whole Sidegate battle has kind of dropped off a wee bit because there was that incident between Ripper Rick and Ivor Brown Mike. But this one between Adamako, Janine and Alibaba is still going, and Kieran Top's closing the gap as well to Thomas. Wesker's still out on track. Wesker's still doing a decent job, to be fair. He's still doing a very good job. But he is losing a lot of time to Thomas and Kieran Top. Whoever gets the penalty between these two, it's going to be very hard on one of them if they get a penalty. I don't think either of them have a penalty yet. So at the minute it's going to be down to just whoever wins the race, or whoever's the quickest and can an overtake is going to win this race between these two, unless someone does pick up a penalty. But at the minute nobody has picked up a penalty, so that's good. Alibaba still closely behind Adamako. Then Yavraham probably going to make the move now on Sidegate. Yes, he is. He's going around the outside of Stowe. Is Sidegate going to fight it? He was thinking about fighting it. I think he actually still is fighting it. He is, but I think Yarham's just got the bit more pace. He does, but he's still 7.5 seconds behind Janine. I don't think he's going to catch that gap, because Janine by no means is any slow driver. He's a very, very quick driver. So I don't think Yarham is going to catch that gap. But Alibaba, as I said in qualifying, has impressed me the past couple of races because he has found a lot of pace and built a lot more consistency, and his performances have showed it. And it's very good to see. It's good to see he's actually doing a bit of practice and actually improving. Wesker's picked up another 3-second penalty, so that's 6 for him now. We'll do a wee on board of Wesker. Everybody can see his wee lines. Don't know who is this. Is this? Oh, he's catching Ripper Rick because Ripper Rick just pitted. So Wesker's nearly a pit stop in front. Kieran Chop's got a lot more ERS now compared to Thomas. This is what he's wanted. Just be in the slipstream, and he's able to save ERS and attack whenever he wants. At the minute he doesn't need to do anything risky. Just follow Thomas. Also all he has to do is follow Thomas and hope that Thomas gets a penalty. The tyres should hopefully hang on anyway. As he is 7 tenths behind, we'll just see the fastest lap between the two of them. So Kieran Chop does have the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and he's 2 tenths faster than Thomas's time. So at the minute Kieran Chop is going to pick up 16 points, that fastest lap point as well. Alibaba and Adam's still going. Adam's got very good straight line speed, I must say, because Alibaba's not really close. Like, Adam's traction, particularly coming off this corner, is very, very good. And same coming off Megas and Beckus, because Alibaba can't really get close. It's just going to be, when is Alibaba actually going to play a lot of pressure? Because at the minute I just think he is sitting back as well. And just hoping, because he knows he can sit behind and just keep the same pace as him. As the closest battle on track is Alibaba and Adamako. Kieran Chop's still close, but he's not close enough to make a move. Thomas keeps going wide through Stowe corner. Here you go, Alibaba's very close now. Oh, it's very wide from Adi. He has to take to the escape road. That's very wide. He messed the corner up completely. Oh, and that's unfortunate from Adi Baba. He was doing so well. That's allowed Janine just to literally be right behind him. That's the first mistake Adi Baba's made. As I'm getting the engine kits tonight from Kieran Trapp. The gaps are starting to form out a wee bit, which I was very happy with how the race was going, but at the minute it's just getting a bit spread out and there's not really much that you can talk about. We'll see here now, is Janine able to close up the gap? Well, it is 8/100ths of a second. And he's very close to Alibaba. Very, very close. That's actually really weird. The light on the back of the cars doesn't even go red if you're in 1 ERS or in ERS mode 1. It doesn't. There's a lot of lag starting to come now, so this is probably when the connection is going to absolutely crap the bed. Hopefully it hangs on for the last 9 laps, because I think everybody would want to see the last 9 laps. But Alibaba has closed the gap back up. As I'd like to point out as well, Liverpool are also beating Atletico Madrid 1-0 at half time. So that's for anybody that is not watching the match. And PSG are also beating Dortmund 2-0, so it's 3-2 in aggregate there, I believe, to PSG. As Awesome Dude picks up a 3-second time penalty. But he is very close now behind Sidegate, so he has pulled that gap in. And Janine, Alibaba and Aramako have all starting to redeem their battle that they had before. Kieran Top's closing the gap back up again to Thomas, so he must have made a mistake beforehand or was just sitting back. Janine picks up a 3-second time penalty. I'd love to know the warnings these two boys have, because the way they've been driving doesn't look like they've any warning whatsoever. Big shot, I can't really close in the gap on unsafe release either. I thought he would have been able to. Ivor Brown Mikes in the pits must have broke his front wing. So Sway's going to be in P12. Well, P11 whenever Wesker retires. Wesker's still out on track. Wesker's on the hard tyres, and them hard tyres can pretty much do the whole Grand Prix. You get pit lap 1 and go to the end, but to be fair, Wesker's not losing that much time. Like, what's his fastest lap? A 31.4. And Thomas's is a 36.0. And that's from Thomas being on better tyres. The question is also, when is Wesker going to pit, or is he just going to go to lap 25 and pit and then retire? But, oh, is that your... Don't tell me that's the it's an exit and maggots and brackets. It's a VSC. It's a VSC. Wesker could have pitted there. It must have been. It was maggots and brackets. He lost it. Oh, your arm's going to be absolutely fuming. That's going to give Big Shot a point on his debut. Alibaba does make a pit stop. So Ali's going for a set of softs here. And is hopefully thinking he's not going to lose too much time by doing so. And hopefully the VSC stays out, because if it doesn't, is now when Thomas and Kieran Top need to save their ERS, and Kieran Top needs to get as close as possible. See where Alibaba comes out. He's gonna come out. Is it behind Big Shotta? It looks like it is gonna be behind Big Shotta. It is indeed. So Alibaba's gonna come out in P10. Didn't think he'd lose that much time, to be honest with you. I thought he would have lost a lot less. Surely a VSC you don't lose that much time. You're only losing about, what, 17 seconds or so instead of 27. But he's lost a hell of a lot of time. But Kieran Top's a second behind, so... Oh, and I said Thomas has picked up a 3-second by the Kieran Top. Oh, that's a dodgy move. Oh. The tyres were just a wee bit cold off the restart. Joham's left the session. Thomas has picked up a 3-second penalty at the minute. Kieran Top's going to win this race. He just needs to stay within the 3-second gap. That is Sway coming to unlap himself, but he needs to be careful because he will get blue flags. And if he's going to unlap himself, he needs to make sure he's quick about it. Alibaba picks up a 3-second penalty. So it's going to be interesting now. The gap is 1.9 seconds between Kieran Top and Thomas. Thomas has a 3-second penalty, so at the minute Kieran Top has 1.1 seconds to play with. But he still needs to keep the pace up because Thomas is going to ramp it up even more now to try and build out that gap. But Sway is now trying to unlap himself, so this might put Thomas off a wee bit. Oh, Sway's actually set a purple sector 1 as well. Ivor Brown, Mike and Wesker. Oh, the lag from me, Jesus. Ivor Brown, Mike's trying to unlap himself from the leader. I don't think he has Wesker still out on track. And here's Sway now. Does this Sway have the ERS? Oh, Sway does actually get the ERS. There you go, and you can't even see him on the screen, but you can now. There's the ghost car appearing out of the shadows. And he is now overtaking Thomas. He's overtaken the race leader and has unlapped himself, but he needs to get himself up the road because he's going to be penalised with blue flags, as I experienced it quite a lot. Kieran Top's 2 seconds behind now. Is he starting to lose a bit of time? Sway sets a fast lap with a 29.1. That's taking the fast lap away from Kieran Top. There's only 5 laps of the Grand Prix left, and the closest battle at the minute is Awesome Dude and Sygate. Imagine a safety car now, Jesus Christ. But mental. Absolutely mental. Here we go, awesome dude. Side still pretty close. 2 tenths. Or 7 tenths actually, I must say. As I said, it doesn't look 2 tenths on my screen. I hate this lag, really do. After this race, I'm definitely restarting the router. Jesus Christ. Side having a very lonely race in P6. He's done a very good drive, to be fair. Many pit stops as a game. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Well, Saigate's gained 2 positions, so it's still not a bad race from Wesker's gained 15 and is going to think he's an absolute beast because he can take the hards to full race, which everybody knew you could do that anyway. Big Shot has just been overtaken by Alibaba. So at the minute, Big Shot is going to actually pick up a point on his return because P10 Ripper Rick is... Oh, and Wesker has retired. I don't think that's a bin, I just think he's retired. Yeah, I think Wesker's just come into the pits and retired, so Wesker's retired 5 laps early. And the gap now between Kieran Trapp and Thomas is 2.3 seconds, so Thomas is doing just enough to get himself outside the... to get himself close to the 3-second window that he needs. Kieran Trapp's going to be chopping at the bit to try and get this gap in. He's 4 laps to do it. He may as well use whatever ERS he has left. But the gaps are slowly starting to get bigger and bigger. Awesome dude on no assist is actually still doing a decent job. He's bound to have racing line on, he's bound to, because there's no way he's doing it that well. And if he doesn't have racing line on, fair play to him. Oh, he's tried to do a bit of a cutback. Couldn't make the move. But he gets a good exit compared to Seigate. Is he going to make the move in the cops? We've seen a couple of moves here today. Oh, and he's thinking of going the inside. Oh, and the contact between the two of them is contact between the two of them, but thankfully none of them go spinning. Oh, Seigate was thinking about trying to fight it, but he can't, and Awesome Dude makes the move. Wesker has left the session. It's probably way on now to sweat that war zone in Call of Duty. Seigate is 6 tenths behind, doesn't have much ERS to play with, neither does Awesome Dude, but I think Seigate is too far behind. Yes, he is. Janine as well is also a second behind Adamako, who is going to pick up a podium. Kieran Tops 2.2 seconds behind Thomas with 3 laps to go. They still, as they have done the whole race, had the exact same amount of ERS. Mental how they managed to just keep it from 20 to 20. Sway has pulled out quite a bit of time now, Thomas, so his soft tyres have proved the right job. Ivor Brand Mike's only actually 2 seconds behind Ripper Rick, so Ivor Brand Mike cuts to pick up the final point. And you would expect him to with the pace he's going to have compared to Ripper Rick, who's on 10 lap old medium tyres. But that'll be an interesting gap to keep towards the end of the race. But Seigate still 6 tenths behind, and you've also Janine now is also 8 tenths behind Adamako, so there is going to be a bit of a battle between 5th place and effectively the final spot of the podium now, this last lap or two. And the gap now between Kieran Trapp and Thomas is 2.6, so Kieran Trapp is 4 tenths is the gap. This is going to be a very, very tight finish. Gap's now 2.5. Kieran Trapp seems to be quicker through the last sector, but Thomas seems to have the edge through the middle sector, which is Cops, Maggots and Beckett's. As Sway picks up a 3-second penalty. See, yeah, you can see as well Kieran Trapp also has the edge in the first sector as well, so Thomas must be out on a wheel, and the middle sector does prioritise the wheel a bit around this track due to the quick change of direction through Maggots and Beckett's, which is probably why he's a good bit quicker. But every other part of the track, Kieran Trapp seems to be the quicker driver, so he's going to have a lap and a half now to just keep within the 6 tenths, and he will effectively win this race, because I still don't think he has a penalty, because I haven't seen one pop up for him. Janine's still now very close to Adamako, as I should say, but Seigate now is trying to make a move again on Awesome Dude. Can't make the move stick. But does he get a good exit? He doesn't get a half bad exit, to be fair. Awesome Dude also gets a good exit, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move through cops, as Awesome Dude was the last time round, and he's not. Seigate hasn't got much ERS to play with, so he needs to save it now here, and he needs to save it this lap and go for the punishment on the last lap. He's now 4 tenths behind. Is he going to pick up the final spot of the podium? We are on to the last lap of the race. The gap between Thomas and Kieran Trapp, effectively with the penalty involved, is just under half a second. Kieran Trapp will see this and he'll be like, I can win this. I think he'll give it everything this lap, as will Thomas, because Thomas knows he needs it. These two guys have drove absolutely brilliantly the whole race. It was just the pit stop separated them. Thomas got the undercut and that was it. Other than that, they've been pretty much identical the whole race. But Janine has made a mistake, and that's allowed Adamako now to build out a bit of a gap. Seigate and Awesome Dude, this is the closest battle on track, and then Adibaba's also closed up to unsafe release. But Seigate's going to be too far behind. We'll see now if Adibaba's going to make the move. He should make the move. Look at this. Soft tires versus hard compound. On slipstream. Is he going to make the move down? He isn't, is he? He's going to go for it. Oh, it's a late move. Unsafe release season. Tries to make a bit of a cutback, but he can't. Adibaba's just got too much grip on them soft tyres, and that's put Adibaba in the P7. Unsafe release in the P8. But we're right on board now with Thomas, because he is coming around the last couple of corners. But we'll see what happens now towards the end of this race. Sway does the fastest lap. Thomas crosses the line at first. But is Kieran Trapp going to win? Kieran Trapp wins the Grand Prix, the Silverstone Grand Prix. He's going to be really happy with that. He takes it by 3 tenths of a second. Adamako takes 3rd. Janine takes 4th. Don't know who's going to take 5th between Awesome Dude and Seigate. I'm not sure who's got the most penalties. I've seen a penalty pop up by both of them, I do believe. We'll see here now. Awesome Dude is going to cross the line in effectively 5th place. Seigate is going to cross, and he's going to be in 6th. Adibaba, is he going to be P7, or is it not going to be unsafe release? It's going to be unsafe release, and he actually moves up to P6. So that's what happens when you have no penalties. P6 for unsafe release. Big Shot picks up a 5-second penalty, but doesn't matter. Or it's a 5-second penalty unserved, doesn't matter, because Ripper Rick is going to come home at P10. Ivor Brown Mike's going to come home P11, and Sway's going to come home in the last running position, which is P12. Here we go, Ripper Rick crossing the line. He takes P10. Ivor Brown Mike takes P11 as he revs the absolute crap out of the engine at the end. And Sway's going to come home, and Sway's going to find the position. Is he going to go for another fastest lap? He is, and I don't know if he got it. I know Sway had a bit of a bad race, but I think he was enjoying it. They're just setting a couple of fastest laps, because he seemed like he was enjoying it. We'll see here now. There you go. The Renault driver, my fellow Irish compatriot, picks up the win in the Silverstone Grand Prix. And then you also have Adamako on his home Grand Prix, picks up P3, and then you have Thomas picks up P2. And Kieran Trapp does take the win. Didn't have any penalties. Let's see if he had even any warnings, did he? He didn't even have... Oh, he had 1 warning on the last lap. Jesus. 1 warning on the last lap, so pretty much a faultless drive from himself. Thomas, P2. Adamako, P3. Congratulations to the 3 podium guys. Absolutely fantastic drive from them all. Janine, P4. Awesome Dude, P5. Good result from Awesome Dude as well. The same as unsafe release, because I know he's been struggling with results recently. P6, he'd been very happy with that. Psyche at P7, Alibaba at P8, and Big Shot on his return from P15 to P9. Consistency regardless, kept himself clean out of any trouble and picked up P9, Ripper P10, Iverbrand P11, Sway P12, and Whisker retired from the Grand Prix after that. But yeah, drive for the day is going to obviously go to Kieran Top. Took pole, one warning the entire race, won the race, pretty much faultless drive from himself. And what more do you want? There was other couple of good drives there as well, but Kieran Top is going to take driver of the day. But that's pretty much going to be it then. I know the stream at the start the race was pretty good, but towards the middle part and towards the end the race got a bit boring, a bit spread out, which is why I wasn't really being able to commentate too much. But hopefully you did enjoy the stream enough, and I'll be back next Wednesday for the German Grand Prix for Division 2, but Monday night will be the Division 1 boys, and they will be tackling this beautiful track, the Silverstone. But for me personally, I'm not a big fan of it. I like driving it, but I'm just not particularly quick around it. I do think it does, as I've been disconnected from the session, they're brilliant. I do believe that it does prioritise pod users, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, anyway, see you Monday night, folks, for Unsafe Release, as he will be commentating on Division 1. And I'll be back again next Wednesday, so see you all later.